Hi, my name is Bimpe and I love listening to people's stories. So every now and again, I've decided that I'm going to be bringing you stories of professionals, particularly in the diaspora, who have done very well in their careers. So please like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see more of these videos. This is the first of more to come. And today I'm going to be speaking to a friend and his sister. I've known her for about 6 years now. She is Jebus Ikeria, and she's an accountant in the UK with Repsol. Thank you so much. Let's jump right into it. Jebus!
Yes.
It's good to see you.
Same here.
It's been a while. How are you? How have you been?
Fine, thank you.
Good,
Can't
good.
complain.
Thank you for agreeing to this.
No problem.
So how have things been? How's work?
Work is fine. Keeping me busy, but can't complain again.
No, you
Fine.
can't complain.
Work is fine.
You know what I was thinking? I was trying to remember the first time I met you.
I remember the first time I met you.
You?
Very
I
well.
have two scenarios in mind, but
It's probably not the first time I met you. I think I saw you first before you saw me.
really, when was
Yes.
that?
Okay, so it was on that was when Living Faith Church was still on King Street.
Right.
And you were pregnant.
Really?
Yes, you were. With Tyrannical.
Oh, right.
Yes, and then you came to church and you wore this really short dress. And my first impression was, who is this hot pregnant woman?
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
You remember.
That was the first time.
And I think the first time I remember was in church as well. You were sitting right in front of me, and I was thinking, who is this cute lady? You were really praying, talking to God. Anyway, nice to chat with you.
Same here.
So you know what we are talking about.
Well, I think
You
so.
have an idea.
I have an idea.
Yeah. So first I want to say that I've always admired you as a person.
Thank you.
I think you're phenomenal. I think you've got a lot of attributes that I admire
Oh, thank you.
and that I would want, if I had a daughter, I would want her to possess.
Thank you.
So that's one of the reasons I thought you'd be a very good person to bring up on this.
Yeah, thank you.
Where do we start? I want to learn from you, and I'm sure people can learn a lot from you.
Really? Okay.
Shall I start by asking what brought you here
To the UK. Yeah, okay, so I came into Aberdeen precisely. This was my first stop in 2012 on the 29th of September. That was my first day here. And I came in for my master's program at the University of Aberdeen.
Right.
So that was what a 1-year program brought me here. Yeah, and that was what
And
brought
you're
me here.
still here.
I'm still here. I never went back.
So what's kept you?
Yeah, so a job kept me. So when I came for my master's program, I was fortunate and blessed to have gotten a sponsored job afterwards. I was like, before my program ended, I got a sponsored job, and that kept me here from that time.
Excellent,
Yep.
excellent. So did you finish with a first grade something?
Well, so I did finish with a distinction.
Wow.
But that wasn't what got me the job, because I got the job before my grade came out.
Right.
So I got the job first and then the grade. So no, it wasn't like they saw a distinction and went. And besides, in this place, I think what you know is more important than your grade. Yes, so no, I got the job first and then I saw my results.
What got you the job?
Of course, at the center of it is God, but I think I came a bit prepared. So when the job opportunity came up, everybody applied for it, virtually everybody, external people as well. But I think what got me the job was that I had a bit of an edge. I had just written my last ACCA, so that's the Association of Chartered Accountants. So I just finished my last exam.
Right.
So I was like, I hadn't seen my results, but
Okay.
I was almost chartered. And in addition to which I think I was the only person in my class that actually had that extra advantage.
Right.
So when we all went for the interview, I don't think I did exceptionally well. I think I just had an edge in that I was also chartered and I had a master's degree.
Right.
I think that was my edge, the additional preparation, basically. I think that got me the job. I was fortunate to speak to someone that interviewed me afterwards, and that was what he said.
Okay. And are you still at that job?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I call them my stepping stone.
All right.
I was with them for 1 year, I think about a year, and then I got another sponsored job.
Right.
So
Excellent. So that's like the tier 2?
yes, tier 2.
Okay.
That's the tier 2 visa.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And again, at that point I was chartered, so Bimpe says when preparation meets opportunity, he always told us to prepare for the opportunity, so when it comes you are not, so I think at that point I was chartered, so I was more marketable. Okay. So it wasn't, of course God again, it wasn't easy, but God again, I got another job.
Okay.
And I'm still there, that's Repsol.
Right, so you're still at
I'm still, yes, my second job.
How many years now have you been?
I've been there, I started in 2015, so that's like 6 years. 6 years plus.
Excellent. So that's kind of your professional journey. So you're an accountant. You train as an accountant in Nigeria.
No.
Right.
No. So my original background is economics.
Okay.
So my first degree in Nigeria was a BSc in economics, and my master's degree was practically petroleum economics.
Right.
But like I said, you need to prepare all round. I wasn't sure what was going to work, so I thought, you know what, ACCA sounded good, sounded global. So I started that in Nigeria and thought, whichever one would work, I'll go for that one.
Okay. And the ACCA, is that the one, the chartered accountant
Yes.
thing that people write all over the world?
Yes, that's the one that is not, you know how we have ICANN in Nigeria, ICAS in Scotland, ICAW in England, ACCA is global. Yes, that's the one that you kind of don't have to reside in the place to do it.
Okay.
You can do it anywhere.
Right, excellent. Okay. Good. So you've mentioned a few things that have helped you in your professional journey. The edge you had, you had your BSc, you did your master's, and then you've been working on this. You were working on your becoming a chartered professional. So that's all superb. Is there any other thing apart from career development that you think has helped you come this far?
Well, yeah, apart from career, to be honest, I think my religion and my faith comes before my career, because I think to do well in your career, you probably need to, is more than being able to do the work. It has more to do with preparing yourself, probably your mental health, your mannerism, your attitudes to people, your character, exactly.
And that's one thing I've admired about you.
Oh, thank you.
Because you have this air, this aura around you that is very accommodating and welcoming. And I always try to emulate that. Honestly, I'm not trying to be.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's actually very good. You're always excited, happy to see people, and I think that's probably one of the things that have helped, you this far. So one of the reasons we are doing this is to, help people, learn, particularly people, immigrants, who have moved from their countries, abroad to come and work. We're all trying to be better. Most people say, oh no, you have to start with odd jobs, or you have to do this first. You can't really rise if you don't.
Well, I started with odd jobs. Oh, I did a lot of odd jobs. The first day I came here, I started the job as a coordinator from Nigeria for militants, Niger Delta militants. You know that program of drop your gun, go to school, or learn a trade. So I did that. I started on the day I came. I started that as a coordinator for the Scotland people under a particular provider. And then I did a lot as a student. I did a lot. I did support work. I did ACC, where you have to go there and maybe serve for events, or I worked in the kitchen. So I did that a lot. But I just think it depends on your, you see, right? A lot of people come here and they are fully settled in terms of house rent, accommodation, school fees. So if you have that soft landing, but if you don't, yes, you probably need to go menial a bit to survive.
Right.
But what I keep saying, and up till today, anybody I meet, is don't get drawn into the menial jobs. Now the difference is from what you earn in Nigeria compared to what you earn here as your normal menial jobs. It's tempting to stay there and think you are fine.
Right.
Like you're thinking, oh God, this is money. But no, that's not money. That's not your goal. That's not where you want to be. So while you start the menial jobs, I always say, don't get sucked in. Don't do 24 hours and not have time to apply for jobs. Or don't think of what you wanted before you left your country. And basically remember to always look towards that goal and don't get sucked into the system of going, I earned £3,000 with security this month. Well, did you come from Nigeria to do security forever? That kind of thing. So, yeah.
That's a very good one. And talking of, now that you mentioned Nigeria, you're from Nigeria.
Yes, I am from Nigeria.
Any plans to go back home?
Immediate plans? No. That's because I don't think we are, when I say me, myself and my husband, I don't think we are where we want to be able to cope in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking of, you want to be at a financial status that you're certain that when you go back, you can live at a comfortable level. Because
in Nigeria, you practically pay for security, you pay for everything. I mean, in this country, you kind of don't think of that, if that makes sense. So I feel like we probably don't have that level of, if you get what I mean. I don't think. But not, of course, there will be plans. My husband is very keen to go back home.
Right.
Yeah, so of course, at some point, we will go back, but not immediately.
What do you enjoy the most here?
Number one, security. I'm not going to lie. In Nigeria, I've been through quite a number of attacks. So, security for me is the number one thing I enjoy here. You know, having to go back home in the middle of the night and not worry about anyone jumping into the roads to rob you. You know, you're kind of not thinking, you don't have to do that extra prayer of, oh Lord, yes, you say, oh Lord, please take me home, but you don't go, I destroy everything on the way. You kind of don't have to do that extra. So I think what struck me, what impressed me, and what kind of encouraged me to stay on was the fact that the security level here, I mean, it's quite good.
Encouraging.
It's encouraging.
There's that peace of mind.
There's that peace of mind. As a student, I could go home at 2 a.m. from school. You know, just that peace, and I would go through a very lonely road and not be scared. In Nigeria, if I got into a taxi, I would ask the driver to come down, open the boot. We have to pull the back seats. We have to ensure there's no pockets. You know, I was that sort of, I had to do it because I've once been attacked via that means. So I have to ensure I check there's nothing opening at the back, it can't zip open, there's nothing in the boots. There's so much, and then even in the car, you're still thinking, oh well, I hope this man is taking me home. Sort of fear. I think security was one thing that impressed me a lot. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's the same for everybody. I think that's one important thing that has really kept us. So this is a difficult one to answer. But I was wondering if you talking about your native country, Nigeria, is there something, if there's one thing you could change in Nigeria, if you had the power to change it, what will it be?
The one thing I will change in Nigeria is how widows are treated. Now, if you know me, you know I have a passion for, I do.
You have a foundation?
Yes, I do have a foundation, Strength for Widows in Nigeria. And I just think that the system, now, it's not because my mom was a widow. I think it's just what I saw. Of course, that was something, because you know the way it works, the customary law and the way the customary law works in Nigeria doesn't favor a woman. If you lose your husband, you tend to lose everything. So if I can change one thing, it's to change, how, first of all, how the customary law in Nigeria works, how a woman is probably not entitled to anything the man owns, and how no one cares about how you survive. And apart from that level, I think also at the higher level, there's really no policy or any real ministry that caters for that level of for that group of people, like orphans, widows. There's really there's nothing that they can fall back to in terms of our government pockets on how to survive if they are in a very tight situation after losing their parents or their husbands. I know you'd say there's the flip side as well, losing their wives. The law in Nigeria is not as bad for men. I think it is worse for women, because a lot of women end up losing everything. They've even walked out with their husbands in the name of, you are not entitled to anything in the way. So that's what I will change.
Especially maybe certain cultures are a bit more tipped towards that end than others.
Yes.
But it's very impressive about what you're doing back home, because a lot of people go abroad and don't do anything else, which I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying you've done very well, and I'm proud of you for that. So you've talked about what one thing you would change in Nigeria. If you had the power to change something here in the UK, anything, what would you do?
What would I change? Well, what would I change here in the UK? I think I would reduce the level of strictness around how you bring up your children.
Interesting. That's an interesting. What would you want to effect?
Now, I'm not very sure, but what I do know is that I presently live in fear, and I'm not sure what will take away that fear, but I really want something that will take away the fear of, how do I bring up these children, in this country without losing them to, that anything goes. Where I come from, everything doesn't go. There has to be a demarcation between what is right and what is wrong. I think what I will change, now that's why I said I don't know what exactly will change, but what I would like to see for myself is for that tension to be reduced in terms of, I hope I don't get in trouble, if I do this, or I hope I don't get in trouble. Of course, I'm totally against beating a child. I've been against it from Nigeria, and I'm against it here as well. Because you're an adult, you don't know where you would hit.
Because that was going to be my next question.
Oh no, I'm totally against it. Because as an adult, you can't even you shouldn't hit anyone, basically. I'm against hitting a child, hitting someone else.
Hitting a dog.
Hitting anything at all. So, no, that's not what I'm saying. But I just know. So that's why I said I don't know what to change. Because I'm confused. But what I do know is that I do have a fear that, how exactly am I supposed to, raise my daughter in a way that, or my son in a way that would be godly and would not offend the system. So, yes, offend the law. Like, that makes sense.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Myself, I've also wondered about that. I think I've decided to do a lot of reading. So, like, I buy books by successful mothers about training your child, things to do, how to go about it. Now I'm advising you as well.
Please, I want to hear.
So I read. So one of the other questions I thought I was going to check with you, because it's important. We've all, professionals like us, have faced challenges in the UK. Even though you're doing well, you've risen to a certain level, Are there challenges you don't mind sharing that you faced in the workplace or career-wise?
Yeah, definitely. There's been challenges. I was going to say the first one is a bit funny, but it's true. It affected me a lot. The culture is different. The way people work here is different from the way we work back home. So in Nigeria, you'd address your boss as sir or Mr. But here, you address them by their first names.
Tony.
Tony, exactly. And when I started to work, I still went with the sir attitude. And I got told so many times, like, no, like, you don't really have to say sir. Call me by my first name. I mean, you are the CEO. I can't call you by your first name. So I'd rather. So I think it affected me a lot then, because I'd rather keep quiet than speak to you. Because I honestly cannot call you by your first name. Like, that's not how we were brought up, basically. So it took me a while to get into the system and then be able to say, oh, Tony. I'm like, okay, yeah, Tony. Tony. But yes, Tony. Yeah, so you don't have that. I think getting used to the way the culture here, the way the work environment is the way it is here was a challenge. So
did you have any issues with hearing them or them hearing you?
Yes, I still have issues with them hearing me until today. But I think I've worked in this company for a very long time. So I think everyone now understands the way I speak. To be honest, I came to this country when I was 26. So I was made and my tongue was already formed. My accent was formed. So well, of course, there's always room for improvement. That's not to say you shouldn't improve yourself. But what I try to do is to pronounce my words better. I'm not going to cut off my tongue to speak to you, but I'm going to try to make my sentences clear and concise and not remove that Nigerian accent of, oh, did you hear me? Oh, did you hear me? You know, that sort of difference. Yes.
And how about hearing them?
Hearing them was, I think, I didn't have a problem with that. I think for everyone I have worked with, I've been able to understand them. Yes, outside work I struggle, like in the shop or I struggle, but funny enough, at work I really haven't had that problem of, trying to hear what someone is saying or trying to understand what someone has just said. I think I was fine with the language part of it. And of course there's the other thing of being different, being different in the midst of a similar group of people, and you are maybe the only black person. But you see, right, the way the system works here, you can't even show it, even if you're racist. I think that's something I do appreciate about the system. Like, even if you are, you will hide it. You can't show me because the system doesn't let you. I do have my right. So if you try to make me a rich woman overnight, which you probably don't want to. So what I then realized is that for some situations where I felt, I think I've just been marginalized because of my color or my race. After a while, I then realized that, you know what, it's not just me. I think this person in particular
absolutely
is like that to everybody.
Absolutely. So
it's not because I'm black or because I'm not the same skin color as you are. I think you are just nasty to everyone, and that's fine. If it's not just me, then I'm fine. That's you, that's not me.
Thank you so much for this time. Well appreciated. Out of your busy schedule. We've not had time to talk about all your part-time business, But we'll do that another day. Thank you so much for your time.
I'm glad to be here. I've missed you, I told you. An opportunity to see you. Yes, I jumped at it.
Yes. Thank you.
Once again, thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned something. If there are any more questions or things you want us to bring up on this platform, please comment down below. Thank you once again. Bye.